Most people think landing AI clients takes a lot of cold calling, paid ads, and a ton of technical experience. But one of my affiliates named Shayla just landed 7 AI voice agent clients using GoHighLevel. And no, she wasn't doing cold calls, paid ads, and was not the best with tech. In this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what Shayla did step by step so you can copy it for yourself. So Shayla, tell us about how many clients you have currently and just walk us through this entire process.
Yeah, so far I have around 7. I started the program end of December, and we just rocking and rolling.
I love it. I love it. So walk us through your offer, what you're using, because I know you've been crushing it with that self-selling AI demo, but just walk us through that, what you're doing with the clients, just that entire process, because that's really big and it's been so effective for so many people, and you clearly are crushing with it.
Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, I think what has been working for me is just being able to know my target market and knowing it very, very well and customizing the AI sales agent to meet their expectations. So when I came across your YouTube video, I didn't even know what an AI agent was. I
Yeah.
didn't know that it was even possible to create one. I knew AI was out there, but I didn't know, the logistics of it. So when I got wind of your video and you built this AI agent from scratch in 20 minutes and you gave the snapshot away,
Yeah.
I said, oh boy, time out. This is
Yeah.
a gold mine. So I took the snapshot because I already had Go High Level in my existing fitness business. So I had like knowledge of it, but I was never a pro at it. And I took your snapshot and I went in there, and your snapshot had a really good base to it. So it put together a decent sales agent for my industry. But with my expertise in sales, I started playing around with the prompts, and I just invented Coach Chris. And and when I was done with it and I installed it in just a makeshift funnel, I started demoing it to fitness coaches. I said, hey, look, I just built something. I don't know if it'll work for your business, but go in there and test it out and let me know what you think. Throw every objection at them. Every objection you get from
Yeah.
your potential fitness clients, just throw at him and see what he says. And they came back to me like not even 20 minutes later and said, oh my God, I need this in my business. I
Yeah.
said, I said, well, wait a minute, let's back up here. You said you need them in your business. And what areas of your business do you need them in the most, right? Said qualifying clients, qualifying leads,
Yep.
And I said, okay, well, what do you think about this guy being in your Instagram DM? Maybe your Facebook
Ooh.
Messenger, you know? What do you think about this guy being in your smartphone, right? With your leads in your smartphone that you've already previously talked to, people you already previously know, right? They said, I can do so much with this guy. I said, well, are you open to talking more options to see how we can install him into your business? And they were all for it. The agent sells itself.
I
The-
love that. I love that. I love that. Real quick, because this is so important. Guys, for all you beginners listening, take super close note, even the more advanced people, because what you just said was golden. You went through, okay, the basics of, showing them and them demoing it, but
Yeah.
then you showed them all the places it can work. That's so important. Where you said working on Facebook or Instagram DMs, on your smartphone. That's huge. And what did they say when you said that? Because so many people forget to say that. They just go, oh, this AI thing. But when you really open that up and you flesh it out, it looks so much more powerful. So what did
Sure.
they say when you said that?
I mean, they were shocked because when you're demoing it, you can only demo it from the chat widget. I don't want to install him in my DMs because I'm obviously selling the software.
Yeah.
So I don't want a fitness coach in my DMs selling fitness programs. So it wouldn't work if I demoed it that way. So I demoed it as the chat widget himself and say, hey, just go on this funnel. So first of all, they were impressed with the funnel because they don't have one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so they're talking to the agent and they don't realize that it can be installed in any channel you receive communication on. So the moment I let them know about that, I mean, their eyes just lit up. They can see how it can really benefit them in so many other areas in their business. So that is the beauty of it, you know. The chat widget was just the door opening. It was just the door opening. And as soon as they see the door open and they see all the possibilities, they're sold after that. It's not a hard sell at all. The
Yeah,
agent
yeah.
pretty much sells itself.
Well, that was going to be my next actual question because obviously, Shayla, you've been good at sales, you understand it, but you've kind of pivoted to using AI to sell itself. How much easier is it now, kind of
Oh,
leveraging AI to help out as opposed to you just hammering them, you know?
oh my God. It takes a huge load off of me because I'm handling a pain point of theirs as well. So it's not just taking the load off of me, it's actually solving a key problem they have. So, me being in sales, I know how to read people and I know how to read problems. And
Yep.
the most problems that I heard from the students that I was coaching was I don't want to sound too salesy. I'm really afraid to put my offer out there. They just don't want to ask for money. And I knew that they were afraid to sell. So I said, why not build an agent to sell for them?
Genius. Like solves every
Why
problem.
not? It solves every problem they have. And if it's solving my issue, I'm good at sales. And it's solving a problem that I don't have. I don't have an issue selling people, but it's solving my potential problem because I'm not selling the agent. I'm not selling the programs. The agent is.
It's amazing. We're really living in the golden age of online
Oh,
adventure, so to speak. Because back in the day, I mean, you didn't have these kind of cool things that sell themselves. Everything was hard pitching, but now it's really opened the door. So, what price point are you selling these at, roughly?
roughly, well, I learned my lesson because I was I was virtually giving the agent away. I didn't really charge anything up front, and I was only charging like 197 a month. So it didn't cost anything. I was just throwing in a smart website for free. But boy, let me tell you, I learned my lesson real quick. Because again, I didn't really know high level like that. So it's taking me hours to customize the funnel to their niche, their people. And so when I learned my lesson after the first three, I revamped my price. So now I'm charging 497 to set up.
Wow.
That comes with the smart funnel, that comes with the agent, that comes with the copy and everything like that. Because I'm leveraging AI to do that. And then it's 297 a month to maintain the agent.
I mean, that's a perfect price point because it's not a ton of work to maintain. And also, I will say it was good that you started off giving it away for cheap or even free at the beginning because you have to learn. Everyone
Yes.
has to get the rep in. So no, that's perfect. I mean, that's literally, and you're moving so quickly with it too. Most people for like 5 months are stuck at one price point. You've seemed to
Mhm.
already to a higher price point.
Yeah, I mean, it was so much time, it was time consuming, but I started to leverage I started to leverage the custom values. I started to leverage just being able to put together something once and reuse it. So leverage just the art of putting a template together. So after the first two, I said, no more. I am using those two as a template and I'm changing all of the business names, all of their names to custom values. So now it's duplicatable. Everybody that I'm signing on now, I'm saying, oh,
Wow.
it's going to take me a week to put it together, but it's really going to take me
Yeah, I know.
a
Seems like
week.
you're doing a lot of work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah,
Well, that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean? You get to, because you did all the work up front, you can, because technically it did take a lot of work, but now it's just rinse, recycle, repeat.
sure.
Super, super fast. So I actually want to bring up something that's really interesting that I see in all the people in my community that are top performers, which is kind of interesting, especially people that come in like you did so soon, because you ramped up quick. Most people spend a lot of time, figuring stuff out, but you immediately came in and just started selling shit. So you've had a faster ramp up period. Now,
Sure.
I'll give my answer, but I'm curious as to what you think is responsible for that. Because I do have people that come in and it's like within a week, they're crushing it. And
Sure.
I do see that, but I also see people where it takes them months to even know what the hell's going on. So,
Yeah.
what do you think that is? And why do you think it is? Obviously, I have an answer, but what do you think that is? So if you're enjoying this video and you're enjoying what Shayla has to say and you want to learn more about where she learned all this amazing stuff and really this experience and stuff we're talking about, I have a 30-day free trial link down below where when you sign up with that, you get access to the same community that Shayla got access to. Also, you get to learn from me, the GHL Wizard, who is a SaaSpreneur himself. And you get access to a ton of amazing free bonuses. Check this out. So first off, you get access to my entire private community full of winners where you can network and talk to people. Then you get access to all of my training and resources. We have literally everything from both helping beginners start and advanced agency owners scale. How to get clients, client getting systems, snapshots, sales scripts, AI prompts, literally white label onboarding videos, premium snapshots, AI trainings, and everything you could possibly need. And it's constantly being refreshed. On top of all this, we give away at the time of this video 7 live coaching calls for free. Come in here, you get to talk to me even on them. You can talk to real agency owners that are legitimately selling high level and doing this exact same thing. And guys, most people to charge for this many calls would be at least $2,000 per week just for the calls. And that's not including Michael. That would bump it up to like $5K. But you're getting all of this for free, okay? All you got to do is go down below and sign up with that free trial link down below and you get access to all of that. And there's nothing like this out there. So many other people are charging you $10K for their mastermind. I'm not. You get it all for free when you sign up using my link down below. And guys, Shayla is in this community, so you can even come in and talk to her yourself. That is how incredible this is. And again, guys, all of this is right down below in that 30-day free trial link, and it is free. So make sure you check that out. And if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments down below, and I will answer them personally. Back to the video.
I think it's just it's my high sense of urgency. I am like that with everything that I do. I do it and then I learn along the way. I ask questions later. I don't give it second thoughts,
Yeah.
third thoughts, fourth thoughts. Because when I do that, I sit on it and I'll never get it started. So, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not the best SaaS agent out there. In fact, I'm very PC at what I'm doing on high level right now. I'm learning as I go though. I am a firm believer of selling first and delivering the product later. And that's how I get things done. Like for people who are looking to have this big giant, vision for what they have for their business, whether they're creating courses, whether they have a coaching program, whether they have just a really good continuity offer, they never get things done because they're waiting on things to be perfect. When you should be selling the course, selling the people. I don't care if you have the course, if it's not built yet. In fact, you shouldn't even have the course built. Sell the course, get the people, and then build the course along the way. Build the agency along the way. That's how you know what works for the agency, what doesn't work, because you already have the people. The people demand the outcome. You can't deliver the outcome first and then get the people. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you
So
can't go in
that's a
reverse.
secret to my success. You get the people first, and then you build the vision, the vision that you have for the business. Because the people will determine the vision.
So true. I mean, that was literally my exact answer. It's that idea of taking action. You said it perfectly because so many people get stuck in that mental masturbation loop where they're constantly thinking. But you can live a million lifetimes in your head, a million, without ever actually living the lifetime that's right in front of you. So with what you're doing, it's going in and just doing shit. It literally is the easiest way to get rid of fear, doubt, and actually make money. And that's what I see in all the people that have come in and crush is they take action. And what's funny, Shayla, is that's what all huge businesses do too. They put out those minimum viable products and they half bake stuff and then they test. Nothing is perfect off the bat. And so many people, they get that wrong. And for a gym example too, like I know so many people that are afraid to get in the gym because, well, they're out of shape. They're afraid to look dumb and they're waiting to be in that perfect shape or in that perfect figure, whatever they're going for before they start. They kind of like teeter on the edge or they're waiting for something when in reality, it's like, it's going to be not perfect. It's going to be kind of messy, but that's how you get shit done.
Exactly. I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah. And wait, it shows in it because you're doing it,
Yeah. It's just urgency. Just going out there, regardless if you look stupid, regardless if you look, if you're scared, you got to just do it. And
Yeah.
as long as you keep your eye on the vision where your business is going, you won't see the failures as much. I've messed up on every single one of their funnels multiple times. One of them just texted me yesterday and said, "Hey Shay, my agent is messing up." Well, okay, I'm gonna go in and fix it right away. I wouldn't have been able to get to that point in my business had I not started. I had
Yep.
to mess up his agent a few times to get it right.
So true. So people hate that. And actually, this I have one or two last questions for you, but I actually just thought of one on the spot, which is really interesting. I'm kind of trying to figure it out for the other people as well. Is like obviously me and you, obviously in all the high performers, we have that sense of urgency and we want to get shit done, and we're just wired that way. But how do people cultivate that? Because a lot of people have no sense of urgency. They think they have 1,000 years. There's no push, there's no grind. There's zero urgency. How does someone get that? Because that's something that, I mean, you really hit the nail on the head there. That is something that A, works, but B, so few people have. There's no sense of urgency. There's no rush. It's just sit and waste time. How does someone get that? If Shayla had to tell someone, or your younger self, or whatever you want to call it, how to develop that sense of urgency, how would they do so? Because that's a huge skill, very big money
Sure.
making skill.
It's a very hard skill to attain. There's a few things you can get your mind state to that level. One is out of your control. It usually happens to most people with a tragedy or some sort of thing that happens in their life, either to someone that they love very much or to themselves, right? It's kind of like the fitness person who had the stroke or the heart attack, or they saw their
Yeah.
parents through it. And that scares them, that puts a fear in them to create this urgency or this determination inside of them to never be that way, right? So how it can happen, like I said, one way is out of your control. Another way, if you want to be able to create that sort of mindset in a controlled mindset that you already have, is to create a 5-year plan. So I went on ChatGPT and I had it create a 5-year plan for me using SMART goals, right? And I said, think deeply on this and ask me whatever question you need to in order to get a 5-year clear vision for me and my business. I hit enter. It asked me a series of questions about myself, about my business, if I had one, how much money I would like to make, right? Who am I trying to help? Things like that.
Yep.
And I filled out the information and it gave me just this clear 5-year plan. Now, a lot of that would still discourage people to act now. So what I did is I said, hey, can you take those 5 years and break it down into 1 year with milestones, right? Here's the thing. When you have a big lofty goal, like a lot of these people who haven't started yet, it defeats them in their mind. But when you break that lofty goal down into very small, attainable goals with milestones in there attached, then they have something small to work towards. And it increases their vision for the bigger picture. And when you have a clear vision, the urgency works hand in hand. It flips that light switch on. So that's what I had to do. I had to do 1 year goal with milestones. And then I said, okay, a year is still too long for me. I
Yep.
need something shorter. I said, can you break it down to 6 months? I had to break it down to 6 months. I said, can you break it down to 3 months? Broke it down to 3 months. I said, can you break it down to 1 month? 1 month. That was what I needed. I needed 1 month with milestones to get me going. And it said if I wanted my vision to be what it is right now, I need at least 5 to 8 people per month to get it done. That's what drove me. I'm up to 7 now in 1 month
Damn.
because I
Wow.
put in that visionary work. I already had it in me, but the visionary work took it to the next level. So that's my secret to getting that sort of mindset, that sort of urgency in check right now. You just need to be clear on where you need to go. A lot of people, they can see, but not a lot of people have vision,
Yeah.
you know, because if you don't know where you're going, you won't start. There's no urgency to nowhere, right? If you don't have a map
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
nowhere, there's no why would you get up? Why would you get off the couch? But if you had a map to somewhere and you had to be at the first location in a week, in a month, you're gonna get up and go.
100%. Well, actually, that I mean, first off, amazing, a little mindset course there. Second, what is your goals now? Because you talked about this 5-year plan, which you broke down into 12 and then 3 or 6 and then 3 and then 1. What is Shayla's plan for 2026? What are you looking to do revenue wise, client wise? Because you're clearly on your way. I mean, you came
Yeah.
in and you just started just crushing. So it's like, I mean, I'm telling you right now, Shayla, if you keep up what you're doing, without a doubt, you'll hit it. It's just not stopping. So, what is your goal? What is your plan for 2026 and the future?
Yeah, good question. My plan for 2026 is $250,000 a year in my agency. So that equates for anywhere between 20 to 30K months. Um, I really want to take the businesses that I'm working with to the next level. A lot of what I teach in the sales lab, because, of course, coaching comes with the agency purchase. You know, I really, their businesses right now, just a few weeks after working with me, have just skyrocketed. So the vision isn't just for me, the vision is just for them. I want to be able to take my foundational 10. I'm 7 right now. Once I get 3 more, that's my foundational 10. I want to help them make 6 figures by the end of the year. I want to help them make 10K a month in 90 days. That's my goal for them. So
Wow.
yeah, like I said, the vision isn't just for me, it's for the people that I serve as well.
That's great. And that's going to get you far too, because with more people that you actually help, they're going to want to help you, in return. You
Absolutely.
get that real momentum. That's amazing. Seriously. And I'm not kidding you, Shayla, from what I can see from what you're doing, especially coming in so early and growing as fast and just doing, not thinking,
Yeah.
without a doubt. I actually think you could do more than that. If you can stay focused from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, if you can stay focused, remember consistency, as you know, just because you go to the gym too, consistency is everything. If you can keep that up, no one can stop you. No one. So it's like,
Appreciate
I mean, I've seen. I'll put this into frame.
it.
I've had a lot of people come into my group that started similar as to you, where they really have just gone all out. And some of these people now are no joke at like 50, 60, 70K a month
Wow.
profit. So it's like you're not any different than them. You're in that same boat where they're attacking. They're not taking no for an answer. They're
Yeah.
going, they have a plan, they're staying consistent. Like it will happen if you stay consistent. It can't not. The only thing that can mess you up is yourself by just stopping. Or if you die, but at that point, you won't care.
I won't care. No, that's
Exactly.
awesome, man. I'm glad that you see that vision for me.
Oh, I mean,
It
I
makes
can.
it makes even more sense when other people see it too, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Well, I think the thing is too, Shayla, is that just with the way you talk, I can tell you're very organized about this stuff. I've had to coach so many people because I have thousands of affiliates on high level and I've talked to other SaaS owners. Like I can see patterns at this point. When you go through the reps of 1,000 people, I can see little patterns. You just do. It's like a football coach or a soccer coach scouting talent. You just see little traits and you
Hmm.
have pretty much all of them. And you're doing, which is the thing, you're doing on those traits. So as long as you keep it up, I mean, it's pretty much game over. You just have to not stop, never stop, and you'll just keep going.
Yeah. I mean, whenever and you just said it, just reminded me of something you said, never stop, don't stop. You know, whenever I get in that in my head where I feel like I want to give up or I feel like I want to stop, that's the moment I take that 5-year plan back out.
Yeah.
Have to reconnect your mind back to the vision because it will constantly disconnect itself. There's a term in the fitness industry called mind muscle connection. I don't know if you've been to the gym before and you've worked out and you didn't really feel the exercise when you started working. Start
Yeah, yeah,
practice. That's because your mind is disconnected from the muscle group. So I say every time when that happens with the client, I say, hey, look, just stop what you're doing. I don't care what exercise you were working on. You could have been curling, you could have been bench pressing. Just stop. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to focus every mental brain cell in your head to the muscle group that you're working. If it's your chest, I want you to focus everything into your chest muscles. And they do it for about 60 seconds and I say, do the exercise again. By the second rep, they can feel it. It's because their
yeah.
mind has been reattached to the muscle. That happens with people all the time. Their mind gets disconnected from the goal, from the vision. When that happens, you that's when you allow fear into your mind. That's when you allow doubt into your mind. That's when you start looking at all the problems, what's going wrong instead of what's going right.
Yep.
And when that becomes, you know, over, when your mind becomes oversaturated with those things, a lot of people quit because it's the easy thing to do. But when you reattach your mind to the vision, that's that spark that will get your head back into the game.
I love it. For everyone watching, guys, if you have any questions, please drop them down below. Hopefully, Shayla too will be in the comments. But take note of all the stuff we're saying, especially with that goal that, that getting it out on ChatGPT. Go do that. This kind of stuff will help you tremendously. And then obviously act. So we're going to wrap this up, Shayla. I just have one
Sure.
more question for you. And this is what I always ask everyone before we go. And this is really, really important. But what is the one thing you would say to a beginner or someone that comes in that says, I want to have 10K a month. I want to be like Shayla, or I want to, whatever their goal is, and they're new and they're in that, very scary new thing where you don't know anything. What do you say to them? What's the one thing? If you sit them right in front of you, what are you going to say? And it can only be one thing, kind of a piece of expert guidance for them to win.
That's a really good question. The one thing I'd say to a beginner that just really wants to crush it is uh, act first, think later. Act first, think later. I don't care if you look stupid. I don't care if you got it completely wrong and you fell on your face. I don't care if people laugh at you. I don't care if people tell you you're never going to be nothing. The fact is that you acted, and that shows yourself and that shows the universe that you want it. And when you want something and you put it out there, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get it. Act first, think later.
Amazing. Shayla, thank you so much for being here. Seriously, it's a pleasure. And I'm so excited to see you crush 2026.
Thank you so much, Declan.
Of
Appreciate you
course.
having me.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions at all, drop them down below. I will answer personally. If you are interested in getting access to this whole community, the one that Shayla got access to, the 30-day free trial link is right down below. But more importantly, okay, if you're interested in learning what you get when you sign up with that link, watch the video that pops up at the end of the screen because it's going to show you other people winning, and it's also going to break everything down further so you actually know what you're getting into. Because I'm all about transparency. Hopefully you are too. And my goal is to have us both be on the same page so I can help you out authentically. So again, thank you for watching, and make sure you watch the video that pops up at the end of this one.